once every 1 to 2
Hello.
weeks.
Hello. And
We were talking about beards.
talking about beards. You know who has awesome beards?
Half the cast?
Half the cast. Also gods. Gods have awesome beards. Like Odin. Odin has an awesome beard. Always depicted with just an epic beard. Sometimes with a hood, and a stick. Those are like his 3 main things. Also, he has one eye missing.
I was gonna say, I feel like Owen's got a more familiar visual. That's like his whole thing is the one eye.
He sacrificed the eye for knowledge.
For
Yeah,
knowledge.
what'd you do? What did you do?
Not sacrifice an eye.
I sacrificed several years of my life to get an art degree. Would you sacrifice your eye for knowledge?
Depends on the quality of the knowledge. Honestly, I'd have to inspect the knowledge
if
beforehand.
If it was like all knowledge, I think that might be worth it.
Okay,
So today,
is it like
you see twice as much? Yeah.
so? Is it like retroactive and then progressive as well? So you know every bit of knowledge that is to be learned in the future.
That's
are you constantly getting updates as to what knowledge is being obtained?
Yeah,
Like
what
achievement
OS are we running
creation,
here?
A season 5 Jonathan Sims situation. Where's the omniscient?
Did Odin gain this new knowledge and was like, oh my god, Rosebud is the name of the sled?
Yeah.
That was it.
That was it.
That was the knowledge.
The knowledge. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So
that
today,
was the one thing. You were an eye for that.
The horse's name was Friday.
so today,
The doctor was the mom.
That has confused me my entire life. Like, why did that ever work as a joke?
So today, we're gonna be playtesting a Pantheon Builder slash world building game that I have given the working title of LetsBeGods, a reference to the banger from Road to El Dorado. And
You mean every song in El Dorado?
nah,
All
just
of them.
that one. All the other songs
They're all
suck,
bad.
actually. That's my
Hey.
opinion, and also a fact
Hey.
because I'm the one running the game.
Hey. Fuck
Fight
you.
me!
but
If that
what
is
about
no,
the
that is
musical
the
number in
only
the
good
chase
song.
scene?
The Road
What
to
about
El
the musical
Dorado.
number in the chase scene?
So
From
what?
the very beginning of the movie.
Listen. John Williams has spoiled me so much when it comes to just cinema music that I can't even. If it's not John Williams, I don't even hear it in the background.
I'm gonna be honest. I forgot that there were songs in Road to El Dorado.
And see, that's how forgettable most of them are. Tough to Be a God is the only banger. Anyway.
It was an early 2000s DreamWorks
Trail We
movie.
Blaze. Anyway, goddamn. We'll fight about this off mic.
Yeah.
We gotta shut it.
Short, yeah.
Okay.
So like I said, we're going to be building a Pantheon for this homebrew world that I've been cooking up that I call the Dragon World. The Dragon World was once Earth. This one, the one that we're on. And a long, long time ago, Earth was brimming with magic. But over time, it all receded to the Earth's very core and birthed a tiny baby dragon. And over millennia, the dragon grew and grew and grew, and as civilization progressed, so did the dragon's growth, until one day, the dragon straight up hatched, destroying civilization as anyone knew it. The continents formed enormous plates upon the dragon's back, as it always does, and always knew to do, which was to orbit the sun, feeding off of the sun's energy, and just being a planet with sentience. On these rocky plates on the back of the dragon's back, we watch time wipe clean the stain of humanity, the stain of progress. And all these biomes erupt. I have a list of 20 biomes in front of me, and one by one I'm going to bestow each of you young gods with a biome, because gods are molded and shaped by culture, and culture is shaped by environment. So, we're gonna start with Moss.
Yes.
Your people are going to
Roll
evolve.
me a D20.
I'm rolling the d20. Your people are going to evolve in a biome consisting of, let's see, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Why didn't you
9,
remember
10,
them?
11, 12, because I just Googled list of natural biomes.
Oh, okay.
Your people, your sentient race, is going to evolve on a continent that is rich in freshwater lakes. I'm gonna let you hold on to that, let you ruminate on the kinds of species that could
Okay.
evolve into sentience there. Noodle, your sentient species is going to evolve in 15, 12, 13, 14, 15. Your sentient species is going to evolve in a continent with the dominant biome being a tundra. And finally, for James, 19, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. James, your sentient species is going to evolve on a continent that isn't a continent at all, but is in fact just a sheet of ice. A polar ice, the polar ice cap.
Wait,
Cool,
what?
bro.
Why are we all like water biomes?
Because the dice have decreed it. The
Oh.
true gods are
And
dice.
In all fairness, you need water.
You do need water
Yeah,
to
Yeah, water
evolve.
is an essential.
Right. So
At least for life
hey,
that we understand.
you guys are all three shaping up to be very moist gods.
Very moist.
Very moist gods. All right, so
Soaking wet.
Moss,
Not me
you've
though.
had
Not
you've
me
had
though. I'm dry as a
Dry as
bone.
it gets.
so dry, so incredibly
Dry as a
dry,
toad.
but
Dry as a toad out here.
Technically a desert.
technically a desert. But life finds a way.
Thank you, doctor.
Moss, you've had some time to think about it. You
Yes.
are able to create a sentient race out of any creature that survived the cataclysm, which means most creatures that were small in our time couldn't grow to, like, in the same way that the asteroid wiped out all the large creatures, most of the dinosaurs. Alligators still survive, so fuck those guys. But the meteor destroyed all the big organisms, and only the small ones were left in order to survive and evolve into greater creatures. Creatures from our time that are small in stature, given free biological reign to evolve into a sentient species that found themselves birthed on a continent filled with fresh water. What is the race of sentience that you have bestowed this creation upon?
Newts.
Newt people.
Yes.
The noodler.
Ooh, okay. Humanoid newts.
I'm worried that James and I might have the same idea just because we're such similar.
Humanoid newts. Awesome.
You get to go
Okay.
first, so we'll see.
So humanoid newts are gonna be interesting because they are naturally amphibious. They also
Okay, can it be newts and salamanders?
Only one.
Because they're very only one. Okay.
only one. Salamanders could ostensibly grow up to be like a companion species, like a dog, but you have to put some god points into that, and we'll get into that later.
Ooh,
to
God
help-
points.
Oh yeah. So humanoid
We're
newts
sporing this shit.
are humanoid newts are your chosen sentience. We're going to go down the same order. So Noodle, a small creature that lived in the tundra in our time, given biological.
How small does it have to be?
Not. I mean, we theoretically evolved from like a small, like rodent-like mammal, and so the biodiversity from that, same kind of logic.
Okay, cool. So originally, I've been playing with ideas. I've been looking at lists. I was really thinking yak for a minute. But
Yaks are
I'm
very
gonna go
big.
back. I'm gonna go back to my original idea, which was penguin people.
Penguin people in the tundra. Penguin people.
Yeah.
Penguins live in the tundra.
Yellow-eyed
Southern
penguins and
tundras,
chinstrap
yes.
penguins still.
Chinstrap penguin people. Okay.
Yeah,
Humanoid penguins.
they all have.
I
necks,
say
every last
humanoid
one
as
of
like a
them.
placeholder term.
Yeah.
humanoid penguins. And if there is another species that you really want, that we can maybe breed into like a companion creature in the future, feel free to take your notes on that now. James, you've been dealt the short hand when it comes to geographical domains for your sentient creatures.
How small are we talking? Like
That's what I asked.
yeah. What is the limit on size?
If
Yeah.
you make a tardigrade, people, I'm leaving.
Hilarious, but there's two options.
Are you talking about maximum bigness or maximum smallness?
Maximum bigness.
Maximum bigness, Chihuahua.
Okay, so neither one of these options I was thinking. They were polar bear and walrus.
Those were also on my list. So
Polar bear
I
and
was like, nah, I'll leave those.
You
two.
could go.
If you can,
We're gonna go with, because this is the smallest one I can see in this immediate list, Arctic fox.
Arctic
That's another one I was
fox.
kidding.
Little fox folk.
That's another one I was looking at.
Yeah.
Really, we were given the same snowy options.
We were given pretty similar. I'm just further north than you.
Okay.
Technically, also further south than you.
Hey.
Yeah, I was
All
thinking
right.
stoats and ermines for Noodle.
Oops.
3 new sentients arise on the back of the dragon world. The farthest to the tail end of the dragon, we see a race of Arctic fox folk. Noodle, James,
Yep.
do you wish for them to remain quadrupedal or bipedal, or evolve into bipedalness?
I am gonna have them evolve into bipedal.
Okay. You going bipedal? Noodle. Do you want to do the opposite?
I was just thinking, can I make them? I don't want to.
You don't want to.
But it's funny to imagine that I took
Little-
penguins and
Little torpedo men.
Little torpedo man. And then I think I love that you chose newts, because when you said like newt people, because newts have like weird biology and they can regrow limbs, so it's not so. My brain immediately went to like centaur looking, 4 legs, 2 arms having newt folk. But that's just my brain at work.
I'm picturing axolotls, right?
Axolotl, right?
Mm. I like the tar. The
Newt tar.
Yeah, newt tars.
Newt tars. And that'll just be the name of the race itself, the newt tars.
Newt tars, yeah.
You know that? Mine's fox. Mine's penguins.
Penglings.
Penglings. Penglings.
Yeah, penguins.
Are you sure it's not penguins?
Oh,
I'm gonna
English.
stick with my guns, but it's good.
I just love making
I'm
fun
obs-
of Benedict. with
And
that.
then the race name for the Arctic fox folk.
I was gonna go something along the lines of what their Latin name is, but everyone else is having more creative names than mine.
I changed
Okay.
like 3
Be
letters.
different. Be different.
So I was gonna go with the Volpines.
Oh, I love that. Because it plays on ursine and bovine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just do that because the Japanese name for, oh god, I don't know the English name for it anymore. Little fire puppy fox thing.
Fennekin?
Vulpix?
No, yeah, Vulpix.
Vulpix.
Yeah.
From Gen 1?
Vulping.
Yeah, that's the thing. I shut up.
We can talk about Gen 1 all day because that's the one that I know. That's the one I grew
know.
up with.
Okay.
I know all of them.
So, at the start of each 100-year round, each god possesses 10 points. With your points, you can choose a new doctrine. Declare a new doctrine, choose a prophet, ordain a commandment. Declare a new domain. I realized I was being redundant, but that's because I misread what I wrote. You can declare a new domain, choose a prophet, ordain commandments, and then the rest we'll get into a little later because they're a little more involved. But I will tell you that at the beginning of the game, this first round, in this very first 100-year period, choosing a prophet is free. And to choose a prophet, we will play out a scene wherein one of your race is separated from their community, and you descend to them in a form that you choose. Bestow upon them your divine name, and then, using up 3 of your god points, declare your first domain. Alright, does anyone have an idea as to what they want to do and wants to go first?
So we need to pick a prophet, and how we decide that we reveal ourselves. We have to pick our name.
Mm-hmm.
And we also need to... What else? Declare what we're the god of?
Yeah.
Yes, declare
a
a domain.
Okay.
Can our domains overlap?
Character
like
name,
D&D?
I am blank, god of blank. Follow me and no blank. So who wants to go first?
I feel like mine's the easiest, I guess.
Okay. So, it is one of those hard, it's very March of the Penguins up in this scene. We have a cluster of adult male penguins, each with a protecting their eggs with their very lives, as though their wives have gone off in search of food. A particularly nasty gust of wind takes the smallest little egg away from one of the smallest and weakest of the pack. That little penguin chases after that egg with all of its heart and all of its might as fast as it can go, but it is in fact still a penguin. It falls to the ground, seeing that its egg has cracked open upon a rock, and down from the blistering cold and the wind and the ice comes you, your god of the penguins.
Okay. So if I was smart, I would have spent that time thinking about what I looked like and what I wanted to be the domain of. My instinct was to do like a Northern Light thing. That is distinctly James' category.
There's like I've said, there's a lot of overlap here.
Yeah. I think it's like a veil of light up in the sky, somewhere between the Northern Lights and Mufasa.
Okay.
A being with a vaguely humanoid face, but not quite.
Well, these penguins have evolved a vaguely humanoid face, so yeah.
Yeah. About what they're looking like. I would like to abuse the fact that my name is already based on coldness and pick the god name of Kelvin.
I love that.
Verifying yourself?
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, hey. I would like to be the god of rock. Now, whether or not that means the music or the stone is up to you, my dude. Maybe it's both.
This penguin, seeing your face among the lights, a chin-strap humanoid penguin who looks as big as a mountain due to perspective, but also in the essence of being a god of rock, just having this imposing, large figure to him, weeps in your presence as he sees that his child has been taken from him by a very thing of your domain. A stone has cracked his egg wide open. He sees you as a taker of life.
God, they're gonna start sacrificing to me immediately. That's gonna be a problem.
Kelvin, god of rock, taker of life.
Damn it.
This penguin Your prophet, his name is Gull.
I had an idea for what I wanted to do before they got crushed in a rock, and I just stuck with my guns.
Gull is your prophet. Has he actually seen a god? Is he just having a mental breakdown because his child is dead? Who can
What's the
say?
difference? Waka, waka, waka.
He goes back and tells all of this enormous being that is capable of taking their children from them if they do not pay homage to them. And so one by one, each of these penguin folk reach down with their, I'm going to say 2-fingered flipper hands, put a pebble in their mouths and raise it to the sky in homage.
Man, they adopted that religion fast.
Who wants to go next?
I guess I'll go.
Okay.
I have a bit of an idea.
Your Newtars live a different life. They live in a fresh, a place rich in fresh water. Meaning there must be mountains somewhere, but that's upstream. They don't really go upstream. So you find a Newtar just floating, just relaxing, enjoying their day in the middle of this lake, just kind of feeling the waves lap upon them, enjoying the sunlight. And down from on high, you arrive.
Yes, I emerge from the water from a bubbling pool, and I'm realizing now I chose the wrong one out of newts and salamanders because I thought axolotls were newt, but no, they're a salamander.
Cool. That's fine.
I can fix it. It'll be fixed. But yeah.
Really selective breeding.
Yes.
Borderline eugenics.
Yeah, so I emerge. I appear looking like one of them, except I've got like the axolotl frills, which none of the rest of them do. And I proclaim that I am Poseidonute.
Ooh. Get off the stage.
Okay, cool.
I
Poseidon
couldn't come up with something. It was the first thing I thought of, and I couldn't find something better.
Yeah. Poseidon, god of
fresh water and like fresh water rivers and lakes.
God of fresh water, rivers and lakes. This Newtar looks upon your face. I imagine you kind of, like, you didn't take, like, a physical presence, but you kind of came up formed in water and started being, like, translucent and kind of had that watery, ripply light dance around your form.
Yes.
Kelvin, did you take the form of a male or female? You said male, right?
I didn't say anything.
Okay, cool. Make a decision.
No.
No. Okay, cool. A genderless
It's hard
god.
to tell.
Awesome.
Yeah, hard to tell.
Genderless god of rock. Love it. Do you want to take the form of a gender or no?
Tough choice.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Did you want to take the form of a gender or no?
No, I am
No.
neutral.
Androgynous rock
Yes.
god. Androgynous.
Well,
Okay.
water takes whatever form is
Okay.
the container.
That makes sense.
And rock is for everyone.
Rock. Yeah.
Yes.
Rock is for everyone.
Hey kids, we've had a lot of fun here tonight,
It's-
but rock is for everyone.
Gotcha. So, this Newtar sees this form of water, hears it speak a name, and say what it is. He goes, "What? What? Wait, huh? You're the water.
Yes. I am the voice of all fresh water.
You keep qualifying the water as fresh. I don't understand. All water I've ever known is fresh.
That's God business. It
One day
doesn't
you'll
matter.
find some stale water. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Why did you reveal yourself to me?
I have chosen you to be my voice for the rest of your people.
That's crazy.
Yes, you
No
have
one
been
is-
chosen.
No one is gonna believe this. Water doesn't talk. It
Here,
laps.
I pluck a stone from the lake and give it to
Kill
him.
his egg.
This will prove the provenance of my words.
He attempts to drop the stone back into the bottom of the lake, but with your blessing, it floats miraculously. Okay. I think wood already does this, but this is pretty cool. He takes it.
I like how he's not certain. I think wood already does this.
Yes.
Cool.
I have given this rock the blessing of duck.
Blessing of duck.
What's that? Also, I'm picturing it's not even like a blessed rock. You
Make-
just handed him like a pumice stone. It just so happens to float.
Maker of buoyancy. I'll put that down.
Maker. Okay.
Maker of buoyancy. Poseidon, god of fresh water, maker of buoyancy, and your prophet's name, shall be. You know what? Screw it. His name is Crush.
Crush.
Okay, his name is Crush. My prophet's name is Crush.
As in the
He's
turtle
gonna
from Finding Nemo.
Yeah, he's gonna crush it.
He's gonna crush it. And that just leaves one last god to reveal themselves at the tail end of the dragon world.
I actually had, if you're cool with this, when you were asking about how the god represents via gender, can I pick both?
Ah.
like
not-
like a Baphomet situation.
So I actually had two names, and I was trying to choose between the two of them
Ah.
because I was the god of the poles, basically.
The god.
So I have Bolero the Eternal Sun, and Arya the Shifting Moon.
Fuck, dude. I want my own name.
Okay. We're going Okay, slow that down for me.
Yep. So the first one is Bolero, the Eternal Sun, because in the north the sun wouldn't set during portions of the year.
I just had a dumb joke I need to say at the earliest convenience, which is that James picked both genders. I picked neither. And Moss, of course, picked gender fluid.
Haha!
I am literally a gender fluid.
Okay, Bolero of the Eternal Sun.
Yeah, it's Bolero the Eternal Sun, and Arya, Aria, Shifting Moon.
God, that's so cool. Gods, that's so cool.
Yeah.
My fellow gods, that's so
they're,
cool.
They're in my
Bolero,
head.
it's, who's the male, who's the female?
Bolero is the male, Arya is the female.
Cool.
And in my head, they're the same deity.
And the same deity, they just
They shift based on
Okay.
which one has more visible night and day.
Oh, so it's like Hecate, but it's during the year instead of during the day.
Yeah.
I've also, unfortunately, will be thinking of the song "Bolero of Fire" from
Yeah,
Legend of
and
Zelda.
and Arya is also a type.
Yeah,
of
they're both music things, but there's not an aria in.
That's where I came. That's how I got the name for it. I was like, what would be a cool name for a sun god? Bolero sounds dope.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
As someone
So-
with an art degree, I approve.
The moon also is still present during the endless
Yes.
day, right? Okay.
Yep.
So it makes more sense to me that Arya, that name and that presence be known first. Okay.
The way it works in my head is that Arya is the one that they would see more prevalently because it's continuously in the sky at certain points, but it is overtaken by Bolero during points of the year, where it's just Bolero shows up and is like takes over a vast majority of the time.
All right.
During like a portion of the year.
So your prophet is of I'm sorry, I wrote down Volpling in my notebook.
The Volpines.
Volpines.
Like trees, like the pine tree.
Volpines. Okay. The Volpines, hunting, roving pacts. You know what? I'm gonna say in this instant that the walruses pulled an alligator and continued to live.
Okay.
The Volpines survived by becoming a nomadic pack hunting society that follows packs of walrus, even through dense sheets of ice. They've involved a great intelligence by feasting on the fat, and with that great intelligence, they've managed to figure out the pattern in which these future walruses continue to circulate through the dragon world's tail end. One such Volpling is just exceptionally good at this tracking thing. And so they don't have to devote so much mental energy to listening to the ice and hearing the walruses beneath. So every so often, when their head isn't just down next to the ice listening, they can take some time to appreciate the sky. And this Volpling sees the moon. And if you would describe Arya's physical personification to this this young Volpling,
what phase of the moon is in the sky?
It's got to be full. It's got to be full. Full moon. There's nothing more inspiring than a full moon, especially
it's a full moon tonight.
Hair down to feet length, and like billowing like a cloak off of her head, of shifting between blonde and white and silver, where it's just kind of radiating down to her feet, but has a dress of just black and starlight studded material, like an actual like full celestial being, and then just like a crown where the center is a large opal, and then like shifts out into phasing moons as a crown.
As this personification looks down at this Volpling, and with like a little bit of godly insight, you see that this.
I'm also going to say that she's also older looking, so older it's
like a granny moon.
I would say like middle-aged.
Middle-aged mommy moon.
Yeah, she's a middle-aged mommy moon. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I feel that myself.
Cool. With this kind of divine, like, mother's intuition, you can see that this little Volpling's intelligence has made them very good at tracking, but has also, in a sense, isolated them from others of its kind. This Volpling experiences the loneliness that only advanced intellect can bring, especially in isolated communities like this. Like, he struggles making conversation with other people, with other Volplings of his tribe, because of just how next level he's just, kind of, one of those really smart incel guys type situation.
A little mildly on the spectrum.
A little bit.
A little spiritual,
A little spiritual.
Yeah.
How does Arya introduce herself into this lone Volpling?
What's he doing right now?
Well, he's out by himself like early in the morning while the moon is still out, listening to the ice to, figure out where the walruses are gonna break through to breathe next is, because that's something that they need to do, especially in this biome with lots of dense ice sheets.
Okay.
And that's where the Volplings, they follow it and they don't attack every time the walruses come up, because if they do that, the walruses would just never come up and would just willingly suffocate themselves.
Just always running afraid.
Always, constantly.
So I think while he has his head down with his ear to the ice, she's on the other side of him with her ear to the ground as well. Just waiting. Just kind of watching.
Hi?
Hello. It's quite the clever trick you picked up.
I mean, it's how my dad taught me how to do it.
Yes. As one would learn from there.
Are you lost?
No.
Or okay.
Are you? Are you lost?
No, the walruses they're gonna probably break, and he points. It's right over there. Yeah, that's where the ice is thinnest.
That's pretty close. It's gonna be about 10 feet to the right.
Huh? And then the first walrus breaks right where you say it's gonna break. What?
I'm just kind of like Arya's just kind of like giggling. She's like, see, told you.
How did you?
Oh, I'm a god. Oh, that's fine.
A god?
big deal.
What's a god? What are you? What? Oh, okay.
Hi, what's
No
your
one
name?
is better at this than I am. What are you? What are you?
Oh, the hubris. That's fun. Hi. So what's your name?
Finn?
Hi, Finn. My name is Arya. And the pleasure is all mine. And she reaches out a hand to shake his paw.
I don't think I mentioned this, but I just in my head, all these gods have been modeled in the same race as the culture
As the creature. That's fine. Yeah. Reaching out a hand.
Just makes sense.
Just going for a handshake.
I know I specified.
Yeah. Cool. So, what is a god? I'm confused.
That's a very good question. I would love to answer it, but that's going to have to come with time.
Okay.
How would you, and I kind of like slowly glide to the other side of him, just kind of like rubbing his shoulders, like to work for me?
I work for my people.
Yeah, I've seen. I've been watching you, Finn.
I'm flattered, but I think you're a little old for me.
Oh, that's not that kind of relationship we're looking for. You're not my type.
I was also birthed right now. Your own fate. So.
Okay. Let's say I say yes. What's going on? I'm confused still.
Well, I have grown quite fond of your people. You in particular, really. And I would like to help you survive.
Cool. I mean, that's all we've been doing for longer than my grandparents, and they're really old.
I am both older than your grandparents and younger than you, to be honest with you.
I need you to. Hey, I'm gonna need you to start making way more sense.
You are adorable, Finn.
He has not stopped blushing. He makes these jokes and jabs like whenever he can, but he has not stopped blushing.
Let's just say all I need is your voice. And we can make the job of surviving with your people just a little bit easier.
Okay. Yeah. And then we're gonna fast forward to the first day that Bolaro comes since Arya's first meeting. Finn wakes up. He puts on the robe that Arya kind of helped him put together. Little bits of walrus bone and maybe like a moon-shaped symbol that kind of also
like a scrimshaw bone, like
a scrimshaw bone. It's a symbol that somehow is both the sun and the moon at the same time, but Finn hasn't realized it just yet. And he wakes up, and he wakes up early, like early, the way he always has so that he can listen for the walruses, and also talk about his new cool god friend. And he goes out and he listens, and he sees the sun rise for the first time since Arya has appeared to him.
So
what does Bolaro look like?
Bolaro is a beefcake, like flaming corona over the top of his head, as opposed to the diadem that Arya wears. And has just like like the Arctic foxes have like the tufts of hair around their cheeks. There's just fire coming off of them.
Oh hell yeah! Firefox, baby.
Yeah, Firefox, and he. I'm gonna say that he is as where Arya has like the long flowing hair. He has like the 9 tails of a fox, and just all on fire, and just like and he comes up and he's like, "What's up, brother? How you doing?"
What the? And I imagine Bolaro just tackle hugs him out of.
Yeah, yep. Just picks him up and squeezes him. Hey, brother, what's happening?
You are so warm.
Yeah, it feels great. Breathe it in.
Starts like a little, just a tiny autistic breakdown.
He's just patting him on the head. He's like, "That's it, brother. There we go." He's like,
so much touch.
He's gigantic. Like compared to Arya is like his size. Bolaro is like 3 times his size. Hey! Look at me.
Panting like a motherfucker.
Hey. Eye contact. Yeah, okay. Good. Yeah. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Count it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Breathe it out. There we go. All right, there we are. Hey, bud.
Where's Arya?
Hey, so fun thing. See that up there? Yeah, that's me.
Dad told me never to look into that.
Yeah, don't look directly at it. It's gonna burn your retinas out. Yeah, it'd be crazy.
What's a retina?
Yep. We're gonna get to that.
Okay.
And I go, and you are my chosen. And he points at the necklace with the sun and moon symbol.
And it kind of outlines the hidden sun pattern in like a brilliant orange light.
Yeah. Yeah, you gets it. There we go.
I'm sorry, but you're not my type.
Neither am I, but I like the cut of your jib, brother.
All right.
So
okay.
I take it that you met my other half, Arya, already, based on the fact that you are wearing my necklace. Radical, absolutely love it. Looks great on you, brother.
You are a lot.
Yeah, sure am, brother. Let's go. Boom! Yeah, you like that? So anyway. So Arya decided that she liked your people, and I said, yeah, that's radical. Look at them go. Look at those little dudes go. They are the coolest little dudes on this entire planet. And I said, yeah, let's roll with it. So I said, I will lend all this, and he's just like flares up.
The ice melts beneath you, but you don't sink.
Yeah, just floating over it. And he goes, and we're going to use this to our advantage, because it's going to happen a lot.
That is great, actually. Yeah, we can use that.
Fire's good. Also kind of scary. You gotta be safe. Don't forget to stop, drop, and roll if you ever catch on fire. I forgot once. Look at me now. Bad example.
Wait. If I get on fire, I become a god like you?
No, considering that I also have celestial abilities above what you got.
Okay.
But you might get some sick scars out of it.
Who knows?
Okay.
Don't recommend it for people of your size.
Gee, thanks.
Well, someday you may maybe you want to ascend and just flares up again. Woo!
You mean I could? Wait. Is that what the stars are?
Hell yeah, brother! I'm one of them. I'm just the closest one.
Okay. Cool.
He starts he's like
you-
it's the middle.
yeah.
It's like the middle of the day, and he's just like pew 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 pew, and lighting up all the other stars.
Bringers of light.
So what do you guys get over on the God in the God breaker? So what do you guys get? Oh, I got the water. I got the light. I got a rock.
Rock. All right.
You gotta rock.
So
I've been
now
literally
it's
sitting on that for
time.
20 minutes.
So you guys have used you guys have each James, well, you both
If you were asking what my commandment was, to use
No,
up my
we
third
haven't.
point.
Well, we're about to get into commandments. Your domain, declaring a domain costs 3 points, and you've chosen the sun and the moon.
I'm gonna say that it's light and just be that my god represents both.
Okay, I like that.
Yep.
So you've chosen the domain of light. You've chosen the domain of fresh water specifically, and then you've chosen the domain of rock. That is awesome. We now.
I have an end goal, but I'm just not there yet.
Cool.
Give it time.
So
Let me
for the
cook.
rest of this 100-year period, you have 7 points left to spend on either choosing more prophets. They could be acolytes under this first prophet that we've chosen, or an equal kind of an equal under the same god type situation. That'll cost, so declaring a new domain, if you want to choose another domain right off the bat, is 3 points. Choosing another prophet, because like I said, the first prophet is free, it's going to be another 3 points to choose another prophet. And then, to ordain a commandment is going to cost you 5 points. And at the end of each round, I'm going to roll a d4 plus the number of commandments, in this case 1. And these points will be added to the top of your point pool at the beginning of the next round. The roll is to determine how well your new followers followed your new command. So I'm going to need to quickly grab a d4. And while I do that, go ahead and think of a commandment that you guys would like to ordain into your brand spanking new religion.
Okay. So I'm trying to think of the best way to achieve my end goal, which is that I'm trying to become the god of 3 specific things, and I started with rock.
I got a rock.
I got a rock. They misunderstood. I was trying to teach them music. Now they're killing each other. Yeah, my god really does not have a handle on
I finished my doodle of my dude.
it. Ooh.
Oh, that's terrifying, actually.
It haunts
Yeah,
my dreams.
axolotls kind of have dead-looking eyes.
I was more picturing in my head like the axolotl lady from BoJack Horseman, and I was wrong.
I've never watched that show.
Oh, there's
Now,
an axolotl character. There's
Bear
multiple.
in mind that religion shapes culture, culture shapes religion. That's the only piece of advice I'm going to give you as we move into this next phase of this very first round. Grabbing a monster. Who wants to go first?
So
I just spent a lot of time doing my role playing. So
yeah, I feel like I feel like my god feels like they do not have a handle on this. They are doing a very bad job because they are known as the wife taker.
that doesn't have to be a bad thing though,
Right.
because the god of death is important in a lot of
Right.
cultures.
Psychopomps are present in every religion.
Yeah,
Yes.
my worry is that if I leave this unattended, they're gonna become warmongers.
Uh-huh.
That's what my worry is. So, I think to try to get the cycle of life going, I would like to speak to my people, ordain a commandment. Do you mind if I make up a ritual they do?
Oh, absolutely. I love that.
Yeah, cool. This is how I intend to speak to them, which is that, and I'm not going to look up any penguin biology, so get out if you're going to be like, well, penguins don't technically. I'm talking to the audience, not you.
They're future penguins that evolved sentience.
Yeah, they can do whatever they want.
They can do what they want.
They can have whatever biological features I damn decide. Anyway,
they're his people, by the way. He's their god.
Yeah, every set amount of time, I think whenever they decide the lights in the sky are bright enough, the borealis that represents me is bright enough, they sacrifice a person, which isn't something I told them to do, but that's how they interpreted it. So what they do is they take a big rock and smash over the back of that person's head, and then everyone passes around the rock, and they all give some of that blood a lick. And listen, I created a death religion. I gotta clean.
To be fair, I created I improv'd the child dying.
I had an idea. I was gonna be the god of rock before you said that, and I was like, "Fuck." All right, well, I'm sticking to my guns anyway.
Okay.
So
the lick rock ritual.
Yeah. So the thing about these future penguins is that their blood has a mild toxin in it that doesn't kill them, but it does make them hallucinate. It's a hallucinogenic. And through this, I would like to speak to them. They're all having spiritual drug trips every time the northern lights are bright, I guess is what I'm saying.
Being already the shortest of these penguin folk, has in age become even more hunched over. The females have returned with their bounty from the sea, and he is just aged and has become, some would say, unhinged. And one night, as they are all huddled around, he sees the borealis come and becomes terrified. And he speaks in frazzled utterances. Kelvin is coming. Kelvin must be satiated. It was my child that he took first. We must give to him another. I will find his instrument. And he sees the man that slept with his wife. And he will be the offering. And he goes off.
I love this culture of penguins.
He shall be the offering.
I do not have a handle on these penguins.
Absolutely not. He runs off. He runs off and he grabs this big, smooth, round stone that looks poetically similar to the egg that he lost.
Yeah.
And all gather around this bastard who slept with Gull's wife. And they hold him down.
Religion to justify the things they already want to do. Like, could you imagine?
Could you imagine if they used religion to justify the horrible things that they wanted to do already? It's almost like
outside of the scope of my imagination. I can't.
It's almost like
so shocking and terrifying.
It's almost like impulse predates culture.
Yeah. Anyway,
he takes this karmically similarly shaped stone and bashes his head in. With every strike, his eyes grow wider and his rage gets infused into the stone until finally the stone is covered in the bastard's red essence, and he raises it up to the light of the borealis, to the light of Kelvin. An impulse brings him to lick the residue. And there you stand before him. All others are shrouded in shadow. Only you are in Kelvin's. Only Gull and Kelvin are within this shroud of borealis.
I'm picturing. So what I'm picturing is we're all sitting in the the God break room chatting, and I go, "Oh fuck, what are they doing? Oh fuck, hold on."
Oh wait, hold on.
They're killing each other again.
Fuck,
Go stop it.
Hold on, I gotta go handle something.
You find that your people are remarkably easy to talk to under the effects of their hallucinogenic blood.
Conveniently happened to work out.
Yeah, so convenient.
And I think I start with a.
He places a stone at your feet and then just complete bow, full bow.
Your intent is fascinating, and yet your actions are. Can I just say it? Horrifying. You have brought a form of entropy into your trial. I'm just keep looking down at the corpse like, ugh. And I'm trying to sound godlike instead of like, dude, fuck.
Really, man?
Jesus.
You have the power to put a stop to this. You are a god.
Yeah, I'm trying to do it in a way that sounds godlike.
Right. The ethics of godhood and the aesthetic of godhood, you gotta balance it.
If I legitimately like murdered a guy and then God showed up and I was just like, that sucks, I'd be like, what the fuck did I do?
Huh? Yeah, could you imagine if Cain...
I was just trying to appease you.
Could you imagine if Cain licked the rock and then God was like, dude, what the fuck?
I know what happened.
Yeah, this is literally what's happening right now.
Oh, yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Anyway, you've brought an unlife into your own hands. An entropy for which, in a cycle, would be the undoing of your people. This, I believe, to be the wrong course. Life is taken eventually from all of us, and in order to sustain that, one must build up. I'm trying to, in a godlike way, say, hey, maybe work on like love and reproduction instead of the death thing.
But death comes for everybody.
Death comes for all of us.
Let's not hasten it.
Yeah, death comes for all of us. Birth and life, however, is finite and worth seeking. I take a step, scoot away a little.
So, Gull comes down from this trip and sees what he's done and sees himself in the corpse that he has taken from the world and completely forgets his anger about, this guy fucking his wife, because he didn't realize it at the time, but this fallen penguin was doing his god's will.
God damn it.
Before he even knew it. And he goes to his brethren and says, Penglings! Calvin has spoken to me. He has reprimanded me for my impulse and taking this man's life. And in a sense, sanctified his action. No man's sexual partner is their own property to withhold from any other pangling. This is the will of our god Calvin!
Alright, I think I've made an entire tribe of gods.
Taker of life!
Penguin orgies now.
Let's listen.
Taker of life has been stricken. Taker of life he is not. That has been strucken from the tome. He is the shepherd of life.
God
fucking damn it, we need to rewrite the Bible again.
God, we gotta write the whole thing.
Do you know how long it took me to write with flippers? God damn it!
I am sorry, Tobias!
Let's just say we got a whole new, more accurate translation, and we'll just rewrite the whole thing.
Yes! All the tablets that you've been writing, that's all just been me. That's just been me ranting. I was in a very bad place. This, and he holds up this now sanctified relic covered in this bastard's blood. This has shown me the way. Partake of this, and see the will of our God. And they proceed to do drugs and have sex, baby.
Cool. I finished my goal.
Yeah.
Let's go.
The lick rock ritual. Do drugs, have sex.
I started with the goal of becoming the god of sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and I've done it already.
Hell yeah!
My original goal. That's
Do
why I was
drugs.
like, I'll start with rock and roll. I finally did it. I did it in fucking 100 years.
All
You guys are a
right.
lot more interesting than I was planning.
All right. I did it already.
All right. So we return to the biome of fresh water. Crush has been marveling, has been dazzling the other new tars with this impossibly floating rock. He spends days and nights balancing on one of his 4 feet on this floating rock, becoming one with the buoyancy of the lake and the sereneness of the surrounding, until one day Poseidonute comes to Crush with a commandment.
Yes. So let's just say I came to him on the 1st of the month.
Are you doing a moon ritual?
No,
Okay.
but it will be like in every moon.
A
kind of
monthly
thing.
thing.
Yeah. Yes. So, I appear bubbling from the pool that he's standing in again.
Oh, hey
It's
man.
me again.
Hello. I come with a commandment.
What's that?
The day on which I gave you this rock, the 1st of the month,
That kicked ass.
shall become a day of ritual and celebration.
I like those words. What do they mean?
Around the lake, the newts shall gather and dance, and within the lake, all of the trash will float, and you must collect and clean the lake.
So it's like a dance trash day?
Hell yeah.
Yes, and there will be drinks and feast, and everybody shall
But,
have
like,
fun.
The dancing is fun and all that, but like the important thing is that we clean the water.
Yes.
Not important.
Cool. I think we could get down with that. I mean, like, it's like everyone does community service, but then we reward everyone with a party afterward.
It's like, hey, dude,
Exactly.
we only get one dragon.
It's like, hey man, we only get one
Yeah.
place that we are. We haven't.
Yes.
We're still a tribal civilization. Don't know that we're living on the back of an enormous dragon.
Yeah.
Cool.
The waters of the world will pull the trash from the surrounding areas to this one lake, so that it can all be collected at one time.
Okay, what do we do with the garbage though?
Burn it.
Yes.
That's a solution.
At the end.
But like, if
of
I find
the
something cool in the garbage, can I keep it?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Just
We call
making
that
sure.
Recycle.
Reduce, reuse, recycle. Whatever you can gather and use shall be used, and the trash will be burned in the ceremonial pyre that night.
I can't wait to
Awesome.
see how James also makes hippies.
Yeah.
Different types of hippies.
Different
Yeah,
types
we're all
of
making
hey,
different
all kinds of
varietals.
hippies, man. You got murderous
hippies.
penguin hippies.
I'm working on the murder thing. Really gotta clean that one out.
We got really chill axolotl hippies.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I'll get
I basically
I'll get
created
started on the
music
planning for
festival
this
hippies.
little powwow you've got me charged with. Yeah. Oh, also, could I get like another one of these or?
Sure. And I pluck another rock for him and
You
place
just get
it on
these
top
right
of
from the water? You just get these right out of the water?
Well, I mean,
Oh,
I assume it's because they're being touched by them
Yes.
in their purest
I'm
incarnation.
just, I'm just
Yeah,
saying, it's like,
it has
can you imagine, it's
received
like, how come I can't just pick up a rock?
because you do not have the blessing of Duck.
The blessing of Duck. Hell yeah.
The blessing of dawn.
Hell yeah. Cool. And so Crush goes to start organizing this monthly cleaning dance ritual.
Hell yeah.
Which kicks so much ass in concept. I can't wait to see it play out.
Yeah. I'm all peace and love.
It's another day. Both Bolero and Arya are up in the sky, and Finn is, Finn.
Right.
Finn...
I was.
Oh, you got
sorry.
one more thing?
I call. Yeah. The ceremony will be called Aqua Day.
Aqua Day.
Hell yeah, brother.
I wanted to play on Earth Day.
Fun. Love that. Where does Bolero and Arya come to Finn to bestow upon their first commandment?
It's a good question. Which part of the day are they both in the sky at this point? So like I could pick.
I think
one
it only
or the
makes
other,
sense
or...
that the first commandment is given together.
Okay.
Given by
So
community.
they both celestial bodies need to be visible
Okay.
for the symbolism.
I would assume that Finn is out hunting and that he is alone.
As he usually is when the gods see him.
And as he's, an ear to the ground again, he hears like a roar of flame behind him. But as he like closes his eyes in like shock, he opens his eyes and there's Arya on the ground next to him again. He's like, hey, Finn.
Hey.
Long time no see.
Hey, Arya.
Then you just hear, how you been, brother? Jump off the ground.
Hey, this is embarrassing. Could you put me down?
No!
Okay.
Wish I could, brother. Wish I could.
So,
Was that good? Damn, you give a good hug.
okay, yeah, awesome. So, I can't leave. What do you want?
So, I need you to spread a commandment for me.
A commandment. Okay,
We
what is that?
came upon this together. We figured the best way to help out your people. And Bolero sets him on the ground, and Arya hands him like a scrimshaw like set, like the he used to do that kind of shit. And it's like, I want you to write.
Right.
Yeah. My commandment is to become enlightened. Write down everything your people know. And I want you to spread it as far as you can.
Oops. That's how you get crusades.
Nope, they're already nomadic, so
Whoops. Inquisition time.
they're my concept that I'm playing with here, since we got put into the bringers of light. I took that as a literal enlightenment, and it is more along the lines of Promethean fire as opposed to actual fire, and that they want the mortals to recognize their own potential.
You guys are making me love this game that I just made up. Oh my god!
So they want Arya and Bolero want it was Arya's idea, and Bolero just likes it. So
I feel like that's their whole dynamic.
that's the whole dynamic. Yeah.
She has idea.
Let's go. That's a phenomenal idea.
Like Arya has an idea, and Belario's like, I'm gonna tell everyone about it. This kicks so much ass. I love it so much.
So the whole thing is to recognize their own potential and spread knowledge, the actual enlightenment.
Oh.
And the concept will be, it's like, you are a phenomenal hunter. You know all of the tricks. You learn from your parents. But where did your parents learn it from? Where did they learn it from? Where did they learn it from? If you had a record of this is something that you don't have to perpetually have to keep teaching. They can teach themselves.
Okay. He starts to breathe really fast, and his eyes start to.
I see what's happening.
His eyes are welling up, because this is a level of acceptance of his intelligence that is never he's ever experienced.
So Bolero gets down on he literally puts his hands on the ground in front of him. And he's on his knees, bringing himself to his. You okay, brother? Yeah, we're just gonna breathe through it, right? Yeah.
Just breathe through it. Yep.
Yeah, breathe. Yeah, I'm gonna breathe through it. Yeah, that's it. Hey, all right. And he picks him up again. Yeah, that's my boy.
I'm gonna retcon
God
it.
damn, you're the best. I love you, kid.
I'm gonna retcon it and say that both Finn's parents are dead.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's fine. Which would explain why he's such a loner. That he's just kind of like.
Yeah.
And that why his subconscious would conceive of a male and female god that are basically a parent team.
It's just a really proud father and a really calm and caring mother.
Oh my god! Oh my god, that kicks so much ass. Oh
and
my god.
all they want is what's best for their people.
Okay.
We would be fantastic gods.
So fantastic gods. But you know,
I'm
best laid
only-
plans.
It's super funny because like I was my first concept before everybody started picking their stuff was going to be a god of the wind called Boris, off of the god of the north wind Boreas.
Yeah.
And that he was going to be a cold and powerful god. It's like, nope.
But
Flip
no.
the coin immediately. We got enlightenment. We got people who want to learn and make sure that their people are good. It's like, oh yeah, brother, we're gonna get out there. We're gonna make sure everybody has exactly what they need.
We're gonna learn them so hard.
We're gonna learn them so
Not
goodly.
before,
All right.
I'm creating environmentally responsible people.
It's time.
Drugs and rock and roll.
All right.
It's time to
That's better.
see what kind of. It's time to see how well these cultures form, like the kind of cultures that they form, how well that they do doing what they have been commanded to do. So we're gonna start with Moss's creature. Moss's creatures. They're people. The first Aqua Day, Crush has it took him a whole month to prepare, and he's got a few people on board, not everyone on board, and so he starts the ritual by tying the two duck-blessed stones to his hind feet and walking bipedally out onto the water. And
Could you imagine how terrifying that would be? It's like a horse walking on two legs with a person standing.
And he begins
3 more rocks.
Well, no, he begins to dance with 4 limbs.
Ooh.
And rolls a 2. Okay. So you get 2 points. You get 2 additional points. So next round, points don't transfer between rounds. So you guys each used a total of 8 points. You don't get those last 2 points. They spoil. Those points spoil.
Okay.
So
My God,
at the beginning of
spoil.
the beginning of the next round, Moss is gonna have 12 points. The 10 points that you get naturally, and the 2 points that this ritual has. The 2 points that this commandment has bestowed upon the followers, and Crush leads them in this strange 4-armed dance, and the water starts to whirlpool inexplicably, and refuse. At this point, maybe it's like leftover trash from the humans millennia ago. So in actuality, it's less garbage and more of an archaeological find in a way.
Okay.
And so, like a mini trash island forms in the middle of this lake, as Crush and like 3 other new tars who are dancing around this lake, swim over and push this trash island on, and they spend the rest of the night throwing back cold whatever they have, and sorting through this garbage, and they find remnants of human civilization, like metal bits that have survived, that are rusted and indistinguishable. A lot of it goes into the fire, and so the culture, the followers of Poseidonute, distinguish themselves by dressing in cool bits of garbage, just around their neck. So Crush, he's got like one of those drain stoppers that like catches bits of food, is a pendant around his neck, along with his 2 shoes of water walking, or I'm sorry, his 2 duck shoes. And there's this one follower who like has taken apart, who's got like a rusted and corroded like motherboard around his neck and all that. And so that's the kind of culture that surrounds these Newt Tars, who follow Poseidon. We didn't determine a how many like a interval for the lick rock ritual. So did you come to determine a timing thing? Is this a Sabbath thing? Is this a monthly thing? Is it a yearly thing? What's going on?
I think in this world, the Aurora Borealis is brighter on one day, specifically every year, and that's when they do it.
Okay, so it's a yearly thing.
Yeah,
It's a yearly fuck festival.
hell yeah. Hopefully they figured out another way to get blood other than hell yeah. Hopefully they found a non-lethal way to get blood for this, but we'll see.
People every year someone's like, the fuck festival doesn't really feel as good as it used to. I wonder if it has something to do with whatever's on that rock. But then Gull snaps at them. Hey! This is a sacred rock. You will lick it, and you will trip balls. Kelvin demands it! And then he begins, and then he...
Kelvin does demand it.
Kelvin demands it.
Oh damn, I just want people to lick rocks.
Lick rocks.
I've accidentally made me as a god. I have no control over the situation, but everyone is
Here we go.
And having sex. So
The cult of Cal. Okay. Over
calling it a cult.
Over 100 years of the cult of Kelvin licking rocks and fucking indiscriminately. Your population size grows, and the cult of Kelvin is a strong, tight-knit community of polyamorous penguins.
Hell yeah, I've really done it.
Kelvin, you start next round with 13 points.
I just achieved perfection in one go.
Let's go.
I got all my dreams done in 100 years. That's really impressive in God time.
Is the act of writing it's like a something to do every day type thing.
Yeah.
Right?
And it makes sense because they can only do it by light. So like they have to always have like it's like a meditative thing. Where they get to sit by a light which represents their gods and record.
So Finn starts to keep a journal. He starts it initially on a piece of bone and does scrimshaw like that. But eventually, he's a smart kid. He starts to make a book out of walrus skin and starts to tattoo his writings into the skin. And night after night, he writes. And night after night, he tells his story and the story of his people.
Come on, my boy, let's fucking go, brother.
Bolero and Arya start next round with 14 points.
Yeah, let's fucking go, brother!
Alright, we have about time for one more. We have time for about, I don't know how much longer we want to go. I do love, this because there's not like an end game. It's just building lore. This is a lore building game, so I don't know how many rounds we want to do in total. But I'm going to reveal to you gods another thing that you can spend your points on. These are miracles. Miracles come in two flavors. They are domain miracles and mundane miracles. Let's see. A minor miracle. Manipulate probability slightly. It costs 2 points. A minor domain miracle manipulates probability in an aspect of your chosen godly domain, costs 1 point, and you can then gain that point. You then put that point into the future. You kick that point into the future, and so you get that point back at the beginning of next round. That's Holy War stuff. We're not going to get into that just yet. And then we have a major miracle, which is spontaneous generation or disintegration of helpful or harmful things. That costs 5 points, but you gain 3 points next round. So you kick 3 points into the future.
And you said minors with 1?
Yes.
1 for 1.
Minor domain miracle is you kick 1 point into the future. Minor miracle without the domain costs 2 points to enact. A major miracle, which is, the spontaneous generation or disintegration of helpful or harmful things, that costs 5 points, but you can kick 3 of those points into the future. What I will allow to happen with a major miracle will be limited by your domain regardless. That's why there's not a major domain miracle. There's just major miracle.
What were the miracles types? Domain and what?
Mundane. So there's like minor miracle is like, oh, this god prevented my bowl of porridge from being spilt over. Praise them. It's like something that cannot be technically proven, but cannot be unproven. It's like just shifting probability slightly in their favor. Like something that definitely could have happened doesn't happen, and that's your doing, and that costs 2 points. And in the same vein, if it is specifically part of your domain, and you manipulate probability slightly, you get to you kick that point into the future because it only costs 1 point. Major miracles, I'm gonna probably be a little more strict about it being tied to your domain in some major way, because this is an action that will be recorded in myth. This is a miracle. I hope I've explained that goodly.
I'm gonna reiterate to make sure that I got it.
Okay.
You have 2 different types of miracles. You have minor and major. The minor ones are 2 points for a mundane, which will shift probability in the favor of whatever you're doing. Or you have a domain miracle, which is 1 point. You kick 1 point to the future. Then you have major, which is literally a legendary action. 5 points, kick 3 to the future.
Yes.
Cool, got it.
Excellent. Does anyone have an idea as to what, but you can also do all the stuff that we've already done, declare a new domain, choose a new prophet, ordain a new commandment, all that stuff you can do with your new point pool. These miracles are just something else that I'm unlocking for you guys at this point. Does anyone have an idea as to what they want to do this round?
I feel like if I don't include music, I've not really achieved my goals. So I'm gonna basically try to create the bard class in this world.
Hell yeah!
Because if I don't create the band Kiss, but they're all penguins, why are we even here? What are we even doing? Why are we even playing this game if I don't do that? Okay.
What actions are you going to do to make this happen?
I think Gull during a ritual year. I don't know how long these guys live. Is Gull dead? Do I have to get a new prophet?
Well, it's 100-year rounds. So I'm going to assume that Gull has picked a successor.
Okay.
And so in
Gull 2, Gull.
What was the point cost of a new prophet?
A new prophet is I went to see what Noodle sent in the group chat and clicked out of the chat where I kind of laid out what I was thinking.
I post things that are distracting for everyone else.
It is in your DM with me that I outlined the plan. Yeah, so choose a new prophet is 3 points.
3 points. Okay.
New prophet's 3 points.
New prophet is 3 points. Declare new domain is 3 points. Ordain commandment is 5 points, and then there's the roll at the end of the round. Minor miracle is 2 points. Minor domain miracle is 1 point, and then major miracle is 5 points.
Okay, so and can I just spend points
based on how many points that you had? Yeah. You start this round with 13 points.
Okay, I think I'm gonna give a commandment through the use of a new prophet.
Okay. Is there a specific person? There's a specific kind of pangling you're searching out to be this new prophet?
Whoever looks the most like Gene Simmons.
Okay.
I called my shot.
The shot has been called. I see.
Black metal penguins.
So this pangling was born and decided instead of adopting the slick back look that all the other penguins have adopted, just decided to grow his hair out in just crazy wild feathers.
Yeah.
You know, he just doesn't regroom after the rock lick ritual.
Yeah, I think one year during the ritual, he feels like something's missing, and that's when he discovers music. I think is where I want the scene to go.
Okay, so
and then if I don't turn the rock licking ritual into Burning Man, I don't think I've succeeded.
Sure. So one lick rock ritual. We're just, you know what? I love it. We're gonna name this new prophet Gene. Gene the Pangling. He busts a nut, and he gets that post nut. He gets that insane post nut clarity, and he exits the cave because of course they're doing the ritual in a cave.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And he sits outside, and he looks up at the Aurora Borealis, and Kelvin reveals himself to Gene. You feel that, you know, there's always been like an excuse as to why. The first time it was extreme grief, the second time is hallucinogenic blood. This, you're able to talk to Gene because of the post-nut clarity that he is feeling.
Hello, Gene. Was it? I'm looking at a little clipboard.
Gene?
Yes, Gene. Hey.
Like your voice, friend. I couldn't help but notice you were feeling something's missing, and I feel as though your culture is ready to take its next step.
What do you mean?
I am trying to decide how to describe music to someone who's never heard.
Okay, I have an idea, if you don't mind.
Okay, yeah.
You raise your godly hand and smack the side of a mountain, and the rocks start to fall. Doom, 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 doom.
The rhythm of the world.
Doom, doom, doom. And Gene feels this pounding in his head that kind of makes his head want to go.
This new power.
What is it?
That's for you to decide, but it has the power to motivate, to imbue emotion, to carry information, and to have a really good festival.
I want to rock and roll all night and party every day.
Rock and roll because the rocks are rolling.
All night and party every day. And then we hear a voice from inside the cave. Gene, where did you go to? And we see the daughter of Galena, come out. And Galena sees Calvin, only knowing what her father has described to her. Calvin! And she just bows.
Arise, my subject. It's a little weird.
Gene, what did you do? I've been bestowed with a new calling. And he takes 2 sticks off the ground and starts banging on the side of the cave. Just this.
I want to rock!
I want to rock!
Going the second rock.
Yeah. Okay, so that is a new commandment, which is rock and roll. The rock and roll commandment.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I'm nailing it out here. I did not have control of the situation at first, but I've really gotten a handle of things.
Rock and roll commandment. Hey, listen. I think it's only fair that your call to rock and roll was birthed in blood.
Hell yeah.
You're just a godly band manager. You're just like, oh,
just keeping these teens in line.
First lead singer wasn't great for the band.
It's so funny you say that, because the next thing I had in mind is like, well, I want these guys to go on tour together.
Hell yeah,
That's what I was thinking. I was like, I want to get them to spread the message.
All right, so that's
sex and rock and roll.
That's a new prophet and a new commandment. You spent 8 of your 13 points, and remember, these points spoil at the end of the round.
Okay, I can spend 5 to kick 3 to the next, can't I?
You can if you want to do a major miracle.
I don't. How do I use my major miracle?
You
to
can
invent the
listen.
guitar?
Major miracle: spontaneous generate or disintegrate a helpful or harmful thing. That is what I came up with. Would you like to create holy instruments?
Yes.
Hell yes!
The holy artifacts. They are a bass guitar, a drum set,
an electric
a
guitar.
microphone. I don't know how that one works. It's just like a.
It's just a cone.
Yeah.
You bestow. So the miracle is you bestow Jean and Galena with the knowledge to create these new holy artifacts made out of hollowed out stone and tree bark and resin of pine. You create bass guitar and drum set, and they become the first rocking duet in the village of the penguins. And I believe they would. Do you want to give this Pangling Society an official name? It's gonna be this is a free action. This is like a culture. This is like a spun off by your culture type situation. We'll give it. It's not gonna cost you any points or anything like that. It's just I want to stop referring to them as Panglings besides in a scientific sense.
Okay.
They're when they become a country, it'll be called blank.
Okay. Can you give me some time to chew on that while everyone
Sure.
else goes?
Yeah.
Do either of you want to go next? I believe Moss, you had 12 points, right? And then you had 14 points.
Yeah, I do have something in mind.
What would you like to do?
Okay. I would like to give them a new commandment.
A new commandment. All right.
It's
Crush.
kind of tied.
Crush has passed.
Oh.
He has bestowed his duck shoes to his firstborn son, a young Newtar, by the name of thinking, Squirt. There we go.
Yes.
Cause he so totally rocks.
Yeah.
And I imagine Squirt is holding these two stones of buoyancy, and you will appear before Squirt as you did to his father so many years ago.
Yes. Praise be, I am Poseidon, and I have appeared before you to give a new commandment.
Okay.
I wish to gain new domain. To do this, I need you to take
Those are two different actions.
Yes, I
Declare
want to tie them together.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, so you want to spend 8 points in total.
Yes.
Alright, cool.
In order to do this, I need you to take a cup of water from the lake and transport it to the nearest sea. This will be your pilgrimage.
Oh my god! Water cup pilgrimage.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's literally transferring my domain.
Yeah.
Cool.
See, I was worried this was going to be more like Civilization, the game.
Two-
And I was like, I don't want to fight my friends.
Two questions. One, why? And two, what is and where is the sea?
I point that away.
I point seaward.
Cool. All right.
Travel in that there direction.
Should I go alone or should I bring my dad's followers?
Bring whoever you want. Whoever wants to take the pilgrimage.
Oh, okay. I'll let them know.
I can bring my homeboy Brad? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'll bring my girlfriend, I guess.
That's a weird
Yeah.
bitch. Hey, you want to go
You
on
are
a holy pilgrimage?
Hey, my
with me?
dad's god showed up to me and told me to bring a cup of water to this thing called the sea.
Listen,
I guess
we've
we're
been
gonna go
dating-
check it out.
Listen, we've been dating for 3 months. I think we're ready to take this.
I know
to
it's our
the
second
summit.
date.
Would you- Talk about a religious couple. Hi, cha cha.
Hey, yo.
Water takes
Hey,
any
babe.
form, and it is stronger when there is
I know
more
we just
together.
met.
Okay, so the pilgrimage is the new commandment. What
Yes.
is your new domain?
I want the sea. I want all water,
I
salt
crave
water
the
and
sea.
fresh water.
Okay.
This is a dangerous route. Soon they're gonna be trying to take the ice and the tundra. I'm worried.
Hey, yo, see, any domain can be made evil.
But mine's the best because I've uneviled it.
Okay,
You
so
guys
so what I'm
started
gonna do
naughty.
is I'm
Yours
just
still
gonna
has so much potential for being evil.
I'm just gonna scratch
much.
the word fresh out of my notes.
It's
All
right
right.
there. Mine is right there. So
Water.
does all of ours, to be clear, but I think mine has
Oh.
the most potential to be evil.
I was
Oh, right.
so excited to start writing stuff down that I ripped through my paper writing fresh water.
Hell yeah. Alright, so that's
I
8
don't-
points. You started with 12. Remember, your points do in fact spoil at the end of the round.
Them points get
so
spoiled.
I've got 4 more left.
Mm-hmm. What you could do, is you could spend those 4 points on 4 minor domain miracles throughout this pilgrimage.
Ooh, yes.
So you get a free D4 of points at the beginning of next round.
Ah, okay.
That's an interesting way to game the system just a little bit. And so now you have two
Yeah, it
commandments. You have 2 commandments. You get a free 4 points at the beginning of next round. So you found a way to make your points not spoil.
Yes. Yeah, I want to, like, they easily find, like, a crossing for swift water and stuff, or
Avoid predators, just barely.
avoid predators, find food.
Yeah. So Squirt and Moss, Squirt's girlfriend, they go on this pilgrimage and they take a cup of fresh water to the sea. And it takes them a couple of months. But, you know, traveling on foot will do that. Traveling on foot will also strengthen bonds that you didn't know maybe they were there, but it definitely ties that bond pretty tightly. Sure, they have their disagreements and fights along the way, but it's all part of the journey. And when Squirt reaches the sea with this cup of water, ordained by his father's god, he truly takes Poseidon in his heart and pours the fresh water into the ocean. And we see Poseidon's form arise from the salt water.
Yes. I am now god of all water. Praised be the ties that bind us together.
Oh yeah, brother.
Oh my god, I thought you were hallucinating. I told you, it's my dad's
I went on
god.
a whole journey.
We
assuming
went,
that
like,
this is all
I
bullshit.
appreciate. Okay. I realized this now. You didn't. Okay, you still went with me even though you thought I was crazy. Yes, cause I love you, silly.
Aw, that's so sweet. I ordain this.
This marriage.
Yes.
You are
I
now
can do
man
that.
and wife. I am a god. I can do that.
The ocean
Yes.
agree. The ocean has decided you're married.
Hey, I'm not gonna argue with the ocean. Are you gonna argue with the ocean?
I couldn't.
The ocean has a face and a will. I can't argue with that. Yeah. In another 100 years, it becomes a marriage ritual, as it were.
Oh, yes.
They make a pilgrimage together and are married at
How,
the sea.
hold on. How dangerous is this pilgrimage? How many people die from this marriage ritual? We can be
Oh.
cute all we want,
We
but I
can
would
be-
also like to be real for a second.
Over 100 years, the path becomes worn. It becomes less dangerous every time.
They set up. People are setting up little shops along the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm
capitalism.
creating civilization.
You're creating roads in a way.
Yeah. Some people just kind of stay there. That way, when their kids get married,
Yeah.
it's not even a pilgrimage. It's just you go out real quick.
And then that kind of makes a divide within the different sects of this new religion. Some
You know,
people,
you're
like,
doing it
they're not
lazy.
really ordained in marriage. They went 3 feet to the ocean.
20
Oh, wait,
years
no.
of holy war.
Hold on. They need to make a pilgrimage to the lake and back. Because they need a cup of fresh water to offer to the ocean.
Yes. Yes. So they always go the whole way.
Or sometimes
And some
double the length.
Yeah. Yeah, like let's say they. Okay, it works in reverse too. They
does
can
work in
bring a
reverse
cup
'cause
of
they-
ocean to the lake.
Well, that's gonna be.
Wow.
Oh, okay, cool, fine. I was like,
It's
I'm gonna
fine.
be a little shit about it, but then I said, no, I'm not gonna be a little shit about it.
married enough for it to permanently destroy the lake ecosystem.
Right.
Well, like it's like a once a year kind
Yeah, I
of
still
thing.
picture most people live close to the lakes, not to the oceans.
Right.
It's not like it's happening
And we
often
return to the tail end of the Dragon World. Video
Let's
James,
go
you hit,
there.
Video James hit the Okay, so just like I said, all those minor domain miracles, you've kicked 4 of your points into the future, Moss. You managed to do that. That kicks ass. Video James, your little guy journaled his little heart out, and you got 4 points to add to your 10 points at the beginning of this round. How would you like to spend them?
All right. Well, where are we sitting at this point? Because you mentioned that like the other prophets are deceased at this point.
Finn is an
100
old
years.
fox. Finn is an old
Oh,
fox.
he's an old, long-living people. Okay.
Listen. Your
longevity. These ones.
of the races that we have made, your fox folk are the closest to elves.
Okay. Okay.
He is very old. He is on death's door.
What is your
He does
opinion
have an apprentice because I've given everyone like a successor for their first prophet, and so that'll maintain. If you have a prophet, if you ordain a prophet, they will and always have a line, unless something happens, probably through Holy War. I've decided just now, which we haven't gotten into.
Us, Holy War? Could you imagine?
Could you imagine?
My next decree is Holy War, just for
So
how
what
do you
we
feel about introducing like?
I'm gonna say
How
because- okay.
fantastic could it be?
Your
Jeff?
hesitation is concerning.
Your
I also thought about
because
magic.
your commandment was to write and spread knowledge. Your people, Finn specifically, is the first to realize that their chunk of ice and the water inside of it is attached to the tail of an enormous beast. They are the first to realize that there is
Hell yeah.
chasm of space.
My species is never gonna figure this out.
That there's a chasm of space between their chunk of ice and the next landmass, and what connects the two is an enormous scaly ridge of the dragon's back.
Okay. So again, I have to ask the question: how fantastic are we allowed to get with this world?
It is a major miracle. You are gods. If I don't like it, I'll shoot it down. I am the god of gods.
I just don't know how. So, one of the abilities of, like, one of the representations of what the moon is the rhythm of time, because it's cyclical.
Are you trying to give
And-
your foxes time magic?
I'm trying to give my foxes time, man.
Don't give your foxes time magic. Okay.
Next Christmas, can we do the special again, but it's all fox people?
All fox people.
You want
It's
to
like
see
it's
how
like a
wizards-
Christmas, it's a
It's
Christmas
the same
story, except
story,
it's
we're playing the
post-apocalyptic
same
and it's
characters.
foxes.
But everyone's foxes.
What was the name of my character last time? I'm playing the same old, like, ninja guy, but he's just
But
a
he's
fox.
he's a
Just a
fox. He's an
fox.
Arctic fox this time.
Okay. I'm gonna say
You can say no. You can. That's why I wanted to ask. I had to put it out there. If I could introduce.
If you want to make
Magic to-
want to make the study of chronomancy
I'm basically making mages.
A
I'm making
major miracle.
nomadic mages. Yeah.
It's just not gonna be
bards, you're
because
creating
I
wizards.
want to separate. I want to make what separates clerics from sorcerers, being like clerics. They derive their power from major miracle from commandments. Mages harness miracles. So if you want to make your major miracle the existence of time magic, as we have also created bards with a major miracle on Kelvin's side,
Yeah,
we can create chronomancy as a major miracle on your end.
I will give you this as a way of making my foxes have time magic and be able to like effectively like live forever. I will cast 5 points to make it a commandment and 5 points to make a major miracle, so 10 points cast.
Okay, so that means 4 points remaining.
And
How do you want the... Okay, Finn is an old man. He's sitting on the edge of his world. He's looking out he's looking out through space along the back of the dragon world and sees another icy, cold place. He takes out a spyglass. And he sees pine trees.
they're inventors too. They're all smart as hell.
Yeah, knowledge. He takes out a spyglass made of walrus fat, and ice.
It's like shaved ice and like leather.
Adjusts it. He sees pine trees and snow-capped mountains. And he's just wondering to himself how any of his people could explore past this obstacle. How could anyone possibly reach that next place?
Figure out where that distant sound of bass guitar is coming from.
That raucous rhythm that drives him onward.
As he puts the spyglass down, Arya is sitting next to him in the same position that he is. Like if he's cross-legged, she's sitting cross-legged next to him. And
how is it that I keep getting older and you still stay a MILF?
Now you're too young for me.
Now you're too young for me. How did that happen?
You've always been the charmer, Finn. So, what are you looking at over there?
I'm afraid I've charted this whole desolate ice cube my people call home. I can't figure out a way to get over there.
The curse of curiosity.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah, you're welcome. You seem to have done well with it.
Sips tea.
Hey, brother!
My old bones!
He's being a lot more gentle given Finn's advanced age. it's just like, what? Oh, he's not a mean god. He just loves him.
Yeah.
And he goes, so we got something to show you. And Arya just kind of giggles and says, I know what you want, Finn, and I know what's good for your people. You need to keep exploring, and I know what's in your heart. And she places a hand on his shoulder, and Bolero puts a big old hand on the other shoulder and like covers
cold,
the other
hot.
half of his body. As they do it, the celestial bodies above them just start spinning, and it's like watching time reel. Like, have you seen that scene in Moon Knight where like it's
I've
just, like,
seen
the
clips
sky...
of it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just for Finn, time is moving normal, but everything else is moving around him, and it shows like the tides reeling in between his ice chunk and the next mass of land. And like, allow me to show you the path, Finn.
What?
And he starts like the time magic flowing through him, the rhythm of time makes Finn age and de-age as he's going, but he doesn't notice it. It's just kind of like as they're having the conversation.
With every inhale, he becomes younger. With every exhale, becomes older.
Yeah, and it's just kind of like it's just like breathe. It's like Bolero looks at him and he smiles. He's like, breathe in, breathe out, and it's just feel the rhythm, brother. and allows him to see that like the passage of time allows for openings for exploration. It's like everything's about patience, brother.
Okay. So you've given the people knowledge of necromancy, and that is the major
Or
miracle.
time or chronomancy. Not necromancy. That's
Bullshit.
that's this fellow over here.
Hey, whoa! I have brought none back from the death. Anyway, for my next move, I'd like to bring back the dead.
Okay.
That's pretty rock and roll, brother.
So the major miracle is knowledge that time can be manipulated.
Yeah.
The commandment, which up until this point has always has usually been tied to some kind of ritual.
Yeah, the commandment is the second half of the first part was record.
Mhm.
The second part is spread.
Gotcha.
So it's in order to keep recording and exploring, they need to be able to leave where they've been stuck.
Gotcha.
And in order to do that, he needed to know how to.
So it's knowledge
how
of
to continue.
It's knowledge of
Yeah.
necromancy and a rudimentary control of it.
Yeah. So it's like,
primarily in the sense of slowing one's age.
Yeah, slowing one's age so that they can be patient to allow things to progress through time. So like Finn can wait out the tides and be able to progress to the next portion.
Gotcha. So Finn teaches his acolyte, the one other neurodivergent fox that has ever been born, how to slow their own aging as he has just been taught by the gods. Don't name it Jake. Don't name it Jake. Don't name it Jake.
You can name him Jacothan.
Jackson?
Fern.
That's close. Fern. Okay.
Still sticking with the Adventure Time theme.
I am, yes.
Yeah, you're also. We already have a fern in the Cosmic Library universe.
Yeah, we do.
Well, Squirt's wife is Moss,
Ah. Okay.
right? Yeah.
The multiverse.
They've
is
reincarnated as newts. It's a
So we have seen the rise of 4 new gods, and 3 new civilizations. In the warmer, like, Appalachian climate of the freshwater lakes continent, we have seen new Tars discover that water is alive and discover that it wants to be cleaned and discover that it wants to be connected. And so a careful and unified people is created that values, cleanliness and hygiene and taking care of their surroundings, and the bonds that are created through travel. Like the flow of a river, couples will take this water cup pilgrimage to the sea to join the fresh and the salt water. Little communities will sprout along this path, and it'll be called the river on land.
oh.
Closer to the tail end, but not quite there, in this tundra continent where it is ice and it is rock and it is pine, a raucous party will always be heard as the penguins, under the stewardship of their god Kelvin, god of rock, bringer of the bass line, pounder of the drums, under the stewardship of their prophets Glenn and Galena, the power duet, they have embraced a lifestyle of community, free love, polyamory, and drugs. So many drugs and music, man. Fucking awesome music. And finally, at the tail end of the Dragon World, on a continent of ice and subterranean waters where massive walruses travel in pods, a little fox has cracked time itself with the aid of two gods, one as mysterious as the shifting moon and one as raucous as the eternal sun. Finn and his son Fern create language. They create maps. They create study, and they map out every inch of this last chunk, and their people are the first to discover the nature of their dragon world. And with some time and some practice, they figure out how to make canoes out of the bones of walruses. And if we ever come back to this game, we may see the meeting of the vulpines and the penguins.
Oh boy.
Thank you guys so much for joining us on this playtest of Let's Be Gods. I, of course, have been your god master, Goon Daddy.
The old GM.
The real GM. Playing Poseidon, god of the new tars, bringer of fresh water, maker of buoyancy has been Moss Creature.
Peace, love forever. Connect with people. Take care of your dragon.
Playing Kelvin, god of rock, bringer of baselines, shepherd of life, has been Kelvin, aka the Noodledoodler.
AKA Kelvin.
Yes.
We shall rock and revel each night and live each day with both glee and...
Of course. Hell yeah. And playing Aria of the Shifting Moon, birther of grand ideas, and Bolero of the Eternal Sun, spreader of grand notions. Bringers of light, them both. Gods of the Volblings of the frozen waste. Unlockers of chronomancy has been, of course, video James.
Hell yeah, brother! Time magic. Let's go. Look at me. Look at me.
Okay.
Proud of you. You're doing good. I'm proud of you.
All right. Do you guys have? I kind of did the ending a little soon. We didn't do any.
Penguin band.
Penguin band. You want to do? Have you kiss penguins?
Kiss penguins.
Kiss penguins. Okay. Kiss penguins. Hold on. Let me write this down before I completely forget.
That's gonna be confusing if no one sees the episode and votes.
Oh,
like,
well then.
penguins.
Well, I mean, I think kiss penguins is
Sounds
gonna
like a
be
request.
is kiss, but they're penguins.
It's like Kiss, but it's post-apocalyptic.
They're penguins.
It is post-apocalyptic. That one check out.
Yes.
Okay. Moss, what do you got for me?
I want Aqua Day, the
Aqua Day dance.
just yes.
Aqua Day. Forearm dance.
Well, it's
And
gonna be
Video
solid.
James, what you got for me?
I want, because everybody else picked their own god things.
Sure.
I want the learning time magic, the celestial shift, the rhythm of time.
Learning. Okay, yeah, Rhythm of Time. Let's go.
Because I also can't draw, and I want to see what my gods look like in other
Yeah.
people's mind.
I do think it's interesting that Holy War might happen, but also.
Oh yeah,
with the
I got
ability-
mechanics for Holy War.
Yeah. With both time and rhythm, we could create the greatest band the world's ever.
This could be
We are this close to
So
inventing
close.
math rock.
rhythm, literally rhythm and tempo.
Math
Yeah.
rock.
Yeah, we're this close to making math rock.
If you guys
Literally.
don't handle diplomacy well, but this could turn into an all-out war.
Well, we have rock, rhythm, and waves is what we've got.
We literally, between me and Kelvin, have progressive metal.
Yeah. Hey, hell yeah.
Let's
Baby.
be
Yeah.
gods. Playtest.
I think my guys will be synthwave more than anything.
Test. Stream.
Yeah, we basically just made
Synth-
wizards.
I want to
bards,
play
and
that.
druids.
I cannot tell you how much I want to play test this with other people. because of how what a spectacular success this has been.
Oh, I just want to do the next season of Cosmic Library in this world.
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes.
Yes. Anyway, I have been your Godmaster. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are all awesome, and it's tough to be a god. Don't sue me, please. Thank you.